I think he got off easy. I think he got lucky. This one reeked to me of a 7-gamer. This hit was as bad as it gets, as blatant as it gets. And I think in some ways, in a lot of ways, you're fortunate it was only 4. Mazz, your thoughts?
So I thought 5, and then based on the stuff people were saying yesterday, about what the league typically does, I thought, geez, maybe it's going to be as low as 3. 4 came in the middle, so they probably got off a little light, but I think they're pretty close.
So I don't even know what the league typically does. I wasn't basing it on that. I was just basing it on how freaking blatant that was. That was a bad one. Murray, you have a thought?
Yeah, he raised the shoulder to chin level. It was blatant. I thought it'd be 6 because I feel like if you look at hits that are somewhat close to this, at least that's what the buzz was on Twitter, like he might be getting 6. That it's 4 feels a little light, but either way, it's well deserved.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I think he got easy. All right. So that's that. They have called up Mason Lowry. Good. It's too bad it took this or Grizzly getting hurt for the kid to come up, but let's see it. I hope he sticks. And I guess an important little thing there that in what you thought was a transition year, and it is, it is a transition year, but for Pete's sake, they're undefeated, and they're doing that thing again where they're just winning every GD night.
3-2 or 3-1 every night.
So it's like, I want to say it's just a bridge year, transition year, and it is. But they're winning while doing it, which I love, which I think is the sweet spot. Anyway, at center, you've got the Patra kid and you got Beecher playing every night and contributing. And now if this Lowry, say it again. Lowry can show something, then you really sort of look at that and say, well, maybe it's not as bad as we thought on the farm or, coming up from Providence or whatever. Just needed little bit of youth. I'm looking forward to watching the kid play.
I mean, to me, this is a key one because he's a young defenseman on the left side, which they don't really have. So to me, if that can pan out, it could, and he's got some size to him. There was some playmaking ability there in the preseason a little bit. And I'm not telling you he's going to be like McAvoy, but you know what? If he can give him some two-way play and be a second pairing defenseman, was there anything that indicated who he's going to play with tomorrow?
No.
Okay, so I'm just eager to see. My guess is he'll be on the third pair.
Well, if he's taking Grizzlick's place, it's with Carlo.
Right.
I mean,
I just wonder if they'll shuffle everyone around because they've lost bodies.
Yeah.
So but either way, if ultimately he's a guy that can be on the second pairing, then that's a huge win. That's a huge development.
If he can play, interesting. That's something you would not be expecting, because certainly the commentary and the consensus thought on the whole thing is that the Bruins have nothing coming up. It's not just us or fans. It's like the scouting services and the analytics guys at these websites rank the systems, and the Bruins the last 2 years have ranked 31st and 32nd. And now here they might have 3 rookies. They have 2 rookies contributing in the lineup every night in important positions, and now a third has a chance. So, anyway, there's that. Patra sticking, I also thought was interesting, and the reason he did, I liked Montgomery's comments on it. And I'll just read them to you here real quickly. He said he's getting better and continuing to get better on both ends of the ice. But what I think is appealing to us is every time you start to think, well, this might be too much, whether it was an exhibition game, then it was night games, regular season games, he always just finds a way to be like he belongs. He just belongs. Which is true. It's like, all right, let's see him in real competition in an exhibition game. He was good. Let's see him in a regular season game. He was good. Let's see him play, I don't know if he's played back-to-back nights, but let's see him play a couple games and a couple nights like he wouldn't do in juniors against heavy competition. He looked pretty good. Every sort of benchmark, he passed. Now I'm reading from the Globe story. Patra's offensive skills were known commodities coming into the summer. He collected 16 goals and 95 points last season at Gumpf. Has anyone ever figured out how to pronounce that?
No.
Gumpf. Glumph. Guelph. Is that... Gulf. He collected 95 points at Gulf. So the Bruins knew they had a creative player. What they didn't know was that the kid had plenty of sandpaper in his game as well. Quote, said Montgomery, that's the number one reason why he's going to play a 10th game, because of that. We see the hockey IQ. We see the skill. We see the vision. But if you don't compete and you don't have a natural second and third effort, especially at a young age, it's hard to stay in the league. And that's been the best quality as to why we think he's earned this. And I would agree. The kid goes on the wall. He goes in front of the net. And he doesn't win all those battles, certainly, but he goes there. It's like if Taylor Hall or Tyler Seguin or one of these putzes, did that half the amount that a kid like this does, they'd really be something.
He's not afraid. He hasn't been afraid since he showed up.